Here's the difference here. Commuter ferry service in the world, it carries, pre-pandemic, it was like 75,000 people a day were on that thing. So that's kind of amazing, right? So that the Staten Island one just left. You can see the trail. You can see the boat all the way out there as well. We're about to make a turn around the bottom tip of Manhattan Island. And when we do, you'll be able to see up Broadway. When you look up Broadway, you will see the Chrysler Building. The Chrysler Building is not near Broadway. It's just how it's oriented here. The thing about Broadway is based on a path that was laid out by the Lenape, the predominant indigenous group on this island. They needed paths because they're nomadic, they moved around all the time, so they marked a few trails. Some of them are still with us, and one of them, you know, it's Broadway. It began life as a trail. The Dutch fleshed it out in Lower Manhattan. The British really fleshed it out after 1703, creating a nice, wide, flat road that went all the way up into the Upper West Side. But they called it the road to the village of Bloomingdale. Bloomingdale was another name for the Upper West Side once upon a time. It's just a corruption of a Dutch word that meant Valley of Flowers. That's all it means. But that road follows due north. Now, if you're staying north of 14th Street, you're staying in Manhattan, and you're north of 14th Street, you're in the grid, and you're lucky because it's the easiest place to figure out where to go and how long it's going to take you to get there, how far you have to walk, all of that. The grid was laid out with uptown and downtown running avenues, and when Broadway cuts across one of the numbered avenues, it creates what we very challenged people in the city will call a square. There's no square in Times Square. You will find a greasy elbow and a psychotic cookie monster faster than you'll find a square in Times Square, all right? So right here, coming up here between the buildings with the green trims on top, that's copper, by the way, you'll see the Chrysler Building, that's Broadway. All right, so straight up through there. There's also the Woolworth Tower, tallest in the world from 1913 till 1930. There's the Chrysler Building, looking like a very dangerous Art Deco hypodermic needle. Now, also coming up along the side here, again off the right side of the boat, the starboard side, you do see a park. That is called Battery Park. When I was a kid, that name confused me to no end, all right? Where are the batteries? There's no batteries there. What they're talking about is that round brown building behind the white building. That building was a fort built on a small island off the coast of Manhattan. That small